Um, I called her and she ran. She said, "I'm here. You hear me? I'm here. I've been waiting."
Really?
Like recently, yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. I thought she ran away. I meant you say like run away.
Her voice is like a bell there. It's like ringing. So I'm asking her if she gives the permission so I can go here and just fear and to check. And she says yes.
Good.
And she's wearing some like long skirt. It's from that life that what I was thinking about her that came to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically she had like a child, a little boy, and I see her carrying him around. He's like a few months old,
Uh-huh.
and her house get burned up,
Oh.
and her husband doesn't survive, and she has to go into the woods because he was the one who was building houses, and he was the one who would bring bread because he would sell wood and he would build houses, and for that he would get like food. It's in 1300 something, and she takes this little baby boy and she goes into the woods crying, and then she's praying for some forest fairies or forest, like she calls him, it's a guy, like forest keeper. She prays to some forest keeper to help her with her little boy, and she finds a little house. There's a little old lady opens up, and she says that I'm so basically I see a lot of herbs hanging from the walls and from the ceiling. She's the one who helps people heal, and like those all like were considered witches because she also does some witchcraft. And she
Yeah.
says, "Well, if you help me collect the herbs, I'll teach you which ones with your little boy when he grows up. You help me clean up and all this. I'll teach you how to do what I'm doing. And this way you can, make living." And she agrees because there's no other options. So I see the boys like 4 and 5, and they're doing it. They're just like cleaning the house. She's cooking, and this woman teaches her everything. But it's and then one day there's a bunch of like people come like in a big group, and that's when they were doing this, to witches, taking them, burning them up on fires, and they take them all.
Mom.
And so I see them on the stage, like a wooden stage in the city. I'm sorry. Что такое, зайка? Я уже почти закончила. Хорошо, иди, зайка. Ты можешь сама. So I'm here again. So they're burning them up together because they thought that she was like the witch too. They live together. And the little boy runs away in the woods. And I see there's like a pact being made. This entity comes up. It looks like almost like a very tall humanoid with some thin hairs on him. And almost like a snowman type thing, one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And he just an entity from the second dimension, and he says that I'll help your boy to survive in the woods because I come from the woods. I live there. if you sign the contract with me and in the next life you'll still be his mom and he'll be your child. And she signs it. And that's why, like, when I saw her in the astral and she came, she ran, but there's this behind her is like a big shadow of this guy. He's very tall, like 4 meter tall. Got the hairs like kind of black, but they're not very thick. And he's been throughout all this 38 lives with her since that life. And she's been it's like she's been connected to this black and white magic because of that life. And since it's parallel, it's still with her. And she gives 28% to that AI system of black and white magic. And then there is a religious AI, huge system, like system of control of artificial intelligence created by the overlords, let's say, and for controlling this earth and for her to understand. So she's connected to that and she's giving 32% to the religious AI machine. So basically it's draining the energy from her, but this entity, it inserted some sort of like a metallic stick that has the segments, and they keep turning like this because he can actually connect tubes. It's so to understand, I mean, it's running in parallel with your spinal cord, but now in front of it, like it passes like in between from the head and between the lungs. Those it touches the stomach. It's some sort of like actually disbalances the energy of all the organs then, especially the heart and the stomach, and it ends up in this low genital area. And it's like some sort of like a tub that collects throughout the life, all these fluids in the body. And at some point, it's kind of like an old implant, and it shows me like when there's too much in physical, the fluid is collected. For him in the astral, it's like energy, then he collects it and uses it for different things, because he has the spaceship that he flies. There's a planet of those too, huge one of those creatures. He uses this as a fluid, this fluid or this energy in the astral as a fuel for his ship. But in the physical, it's being collected, and at some point it just rips the implant walls and it keeps pouring. That's what happened recently. It just flushed out, because the body's trying to get rid of it, and that's the way it does it. It's kind of like to make you see it better, like a tub of water, but it's rusted up. Because this fridge is like really kind of like, it's not, they usually replace implants with time, but this one is not doing it. It just, I mean, he has enough energy to survive, and he doesn't do like experiments on her or any hybridization stuff. I don't see that. I see like 3 clones in different Earths living. So, and those are connected with other entities though, on the other. It's like the 3D Earth, but it's it feels like multiple realities type thing, multiple timelines of this 3D Earth, and those have different entities. Like I see a gray, And then I see an kind of like short little gnome type little thing. It's not a gnome really, just the underworld entity made out of dark gray energy. Because when I touch to read DNA, I mean, it just doesn't turn into anything. It's just that energy, thick energy, looking like a little short child type thing. And then another one is almost like a cat family entity. It's got the body of a cat but the face of a humanoid form, which may affect her in this life, all these 3 clone lives of hers, because she also gives them 3 to 5% of her own energy. So basically, she's running low on energy, vital energy. She might feel like she's like dragging herself, and that makes her frustrated about life because she's very strong. Otherwise, the energy levels, like that's just the soul has high energy, and that's why she's powering so many things at the same time. And he's he turns on this. It's just an interesting implant because like segments, you can turn them on and off, and you can drain the energy from different parts of the body that way. And but she's definitely connected to this. She does pray, and when she prays, she sometimes sees it's like a being of light in front of her, like shadow on the wall, and she believes that's the. It's like a, I don't know who just came to me saying Mary or somebody, some woman, something like the Holy Trinity type thing. But there's particular, she feels like it's a woman type figure comes to her. It's like an angelic being of light, but it's actually this entity playing with her. He shapeshifts into it because he collects so much energy from her. He can easily make himself into this being of light or whoever. And they also, like in those moments when she prays, she attracts the disincarnated souls that are just basically all around us. I see her surrounding her, and so what happens, that's how he uses her. So basically he gives her hope. He gives her a thought that, oh, the prayer worked, and she feels good after it. She feels good for a while, but then something happens, like this draconian type slash crocodile hybrid that is in your husband. He feels like, oh, she's kind of like, her vibration is too high. Let's lower it. Let's make her frustrated, and it works in cooperation with this entity she has. So they both like work through. So this one, the crocodile-looking entity, works through her husband. He's walking kind of like with his like this, and it's almost like, it's weird. I'm touching it. It's like crocodile turned into insect type thing, like a big ant, but like red brown color, and he's hanging over him and holding his hands and like moving his head, putting the words in his mouth type thing. He kind of walks into him, walks out, and uses this implant he has on the back of his head to attack her.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so to get the emotions out of her. When she starts getting frustrated, I just see like, pew, like, that's coming out of her fumes, and this entity behind him eats it, and her own entity eats it. And so basically, because they like deep down, at subconscious level, they are, it's like the train on the same rails, they almost expect this, like it's a habit to agitate each other, and they're constantly producing this fuel for those entities to survive. So it's always an internal conflict in between two. It's just a game. So she's asking me, what should I do now? Well, I'm telling her that she can ask this entity to bring the contract, that one that she signed. And I asked her to see, like, did he even carry out what he promised? Are you with your son from that life? And she's like, no. I said, see, that's a lie. And when she understands everything now, her soul, her subconscious totally sees it. But it's not this guy who brings the contract, it's another one. It's another kind of like a tall humanoid with a translucent skin, who is the keeper of his contracts, who works for him. And it's not only this one, there's also a book of lives that he's keeping. It's almost like the experiences in this, and they use this book for putting together like life stories, because I feel like there's just almost like a repeat. She's on the repeat life all the time. It's just the souls who play the roles change. That's all. And it's pretty much the same life, and she lives a long life each time. Like, because it works perfectly for her, she's not giving them any problems. So, and she just creates some sort of like a bowl. It's like kind of like this shape, like an eye. It's interesting. I've never seen anybody do this, like a boat made out of metal, and she puts this book of life. This book of lives, he has like a branch with leaves on it, embedded on it, because the cover is made out of metal. And you see, I don't know what the branch. It almost looks like apple tree branch type thing with leaves like that. And she says I'm like a tree on this earth, but they are polluting or breaking me, trying to break me down, and I feel it. And on one hand, I love this earth. On the other one, I want to go, because it doesn't feel like the natural environment for me. But I'm used to it due to programs. And so she's like lighting up with the match, this contract, the main one, the first one, and then the book. It burns up. And then I tell her you can create anything to cleanse your emotional and mental bodies. There's just a lot of little boxes in the mental bodies. It's like a piled, like bricks one on top of the other. She's got mental programs running from her family, especially her mother, from the childhood that she turned into firm beliefs, and she lives according to those beliefs that she acquired. And she says, like, I don't want any of this. So she created just type an arc, like at the airport, like a square, rectangular one. And she says, well, that's gonna be my cleansing station. So she runs she kind of like does this. She separates her body, I see, like emotional and mental, I see, and they walk through. She walks them through with the intention through that arc, and they become clean. It just, they disperse. The boxes, they just break into dust inside of her. They disappear, and I see them cleansed. Then so she now opens the portal, throws the contracts out, closes, and she opened it in the floor, on the floor. It's usually you open it on the side, and then she pushes this guy, the entity, like a snowman, down, and the other one who brought the contracts there too. And then she says, well, I'm gonna take out my, she doesn't trust them to take the implants out of her body, so she does it herself. And she had some little microchips, like triangular ones behind the ears, and some little like metallic balls, but they're like migrating from the third eye area to the eyes. It's almost like a triangle, like a 1, 2, 3. And it's creating some sort of field that distorts the way she decodes reality. She doesn't see it the natural way, that you would see it for you to wake up, to start questioning much. And that's been done on purpose. So she takes those out. So it's kind of unblocks her third eye, and it gives her a better vision. And then those little from behind the ears, because that's kind of like, when he was putting it, like I went back, and when he was putting those in her, she said that I don't want to hear a lot that people say or my relatives say at home. Then I would just like wanna not hear. And he said, okay, I'll put the implants on. But in reality, he's been using these implants to hear, to use, distort kind of like the words. So she would hear one story, but in her mind it would be totally opposite story. So you can tell her one thing, but she would hear the other type thing.
Right.
And she takes that big, like a pole implant. She just pulls it out like this, and that thing, like a top from down there. She also has something on the back of her feet, like the heels. It's like a cups there, just weird, but. And then it goes under, so it would like make her feet hurt, or would discourage her from walking long distances so much. So more like sedentary lifestyle. She takes those off. So basically she just opens the same oval portal and puts the implants in there and creates fire in it, so they melt. Explain to her that each implant is created for you personally. It cannot be used for others. But she still wants to make sure.
Oksana, what about her chest? She's having like really hard breathing. I can tell by when I talk to her, her voice is hardly.
Yeah, because remember I said that it runs like in between the
To the
lungs. Yeah,
okay.
and it's like it was affecting the heart and the stomach and the lower genitals. Because it's kind of like energy that radiates on the certain organs. It focuses.
Yeah, that's horrible. Horrible.
So
So the
well,
she
everything is
put
gone, but She's trying to give the information because I said, well, you can give the information to your husband. But
Yeah.
he's like, he goes like this, I don't believe you. Like this.
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't really, he doesn't want to take it though. He does not want to take it. It's just as like, look at the entity behind you, don't you
Yeah.
see? And he looks, he gets scared. So now he takes it. And it's like a little book she created. It just got 5 pages. The main information how to get rid of the entity. But he said, well, I'm gonna read. I definitely want to get rid of the entity. The thing is, he might not see his implants really unless he asks her to help. He has to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Because on the back I see like metallic plates, you know, when those, what do you call those? You know, like the arms, like right here.
Oh, yeah. Amputation. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Those bones that look like this
yeah.
behind it. He has like almost like a metallic plates attached that way. And some discs. It's like metallic discs, but with the bolts attached
Mm-hmm.
to the spinal cord and at the very bottom. Got something in his knees and wrists. I mean, he has to be able to kind of scan himself like that.
Oh, that would be nice if you can. Yeah. I don't know, but that would be nice if you can. You can help. At least will help her if he stops yelling. If he can just help himself.
Well, he's sitting right now and reading the book. I literally see him like in a short pants, some sort of like soft shoes, almost like a home shoes or whatever you would wear.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just sitting on a stool with 4 legs, wooden, and just reading in the astral, like his subconscious.
Well, that's good.
And he's only to 28% of understanding, so he has to like
Yeah.
it will take time. We can just make a leap like this. So, but she's standing. She's understanding everything, like at subconscious level. She says, "Well, I'm gonna send this information to all the people I know."
Yeah.
And she sends. She takes like a dandelion and blows on it, and she says, like every parachute little thing, every seed has information. It would find all the people who want it, who can use it, who are ready for it. And what else?
Oksana, is this is why she likes so much flowers, plants? Her house is overwhelmed with the flowers and plants.
Yeah, well, she created this dandelion. She does. She finds comfort in those. It's almost like she talks to them because on
Yeah.
her planet, she's this tall yellow energy body, totally energetic from the eighth dimension. That's the when you have like it's like a star almost created her. And so it's like it's a constellation. It came to me it's a Pegasus constellation, and there is a yellow star that creates souls, but then the souls can literally travel from star to star and live experiences,
Mm-hmm.
gain experiences from living on different stars. And those stars, some of them look like planets, like this one she likes a lot. It all looks like a field of like flowers and grass, very tall. And she just sits there. She likes creating animals too.
Mm.
She's creating like interesting, like a dog type thing, but it's not really a dog.
Oksana, she has very rare bloodline. And me and none of us has it. It's called zero. I don't know if you've heard. Um, we just kind of wonder why she has such a rare. My dad doesn't. I don't. My brother. Like how she got the bloodline.
Well, the bloodline, the blood for itself, it
Mm-hmm.
just like encoded information. Like I said, she has a very strong. Each soul contains information and energy, and
Mm-hmm.
some souls are stronger in energy. They're more
Mm-hmm.
energy productive souls, and she's one of those. It's like a huge container, and the zero I see like just like a huge white, like a black hole, but a white hole of endless energy production. If she didn't have the belief that humans can only live 100 years max, she would probably live much, much longer.
Wow.
And that, like I said before, in all these other lives, she lives very long lives. I just don't know the English word for them,
Say
like
right again.
energy, energoyomka, the
Mm-hmm.
energy,
Mm-hmm.
piled, packed of energy type of soul essence.
Mm-hmm.
Because she comes from this very powerful star. It's like the biggest in this Pegasus constellation when I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the way she is. And
Yeah.
she's actually, that's what I feel about her. She's very like deep down to the ground type person. I mean, her mind is pretty clear for her
Mm-hmm.
age. And her voice, like in the astral, sounds like a bell, like strong, essence type thing, like your mom's.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this, I mean, she's got this huge entity who's definitely getting tons of energy
Mm-hmm.
out of her. She's still able to do all this and live for so long. So it just tells you. But the bloods, I mean, it doesn't really have much to do with what we think, or told.
Okay. Okay. But also, um, you said about the black magic. My mom doesn't know, but anybody who goes against her, eventually something bad happened to them. And she always told me, and I feel the same way. Like it's almost like we know some subconsciously black magic that people who go against us, something happened bad to them. And I was like, whoa. Well, I wonder if this is what she learned in her those previous life, and she doesn't even know, but she
Mm.
uses against people who go against her.
Well, because the black and white, both magics it's like the same, but two sides like duality.
Okay.
And she's also, like I said, her soul is like, it's just very bright, like yellow color, and like this particular energy body on this plant, star or planet. This looks like a planet, but it's energy, while like substance, so looking more like a star. But the star that produced her has a lot of like life essence, like encoded vitality type thing. And that life definitely influences her, and she just knows how to protect herself with her own energy. So basically, if somebody tries to disrupt her energy field, she reads off the information of people very well. And now that she opened the third eye, she would feel people even better. She would see the lies, but she just bounces back, because it just, the way I see her essence, it's like a little micro sun. The whatever gets to her bounces right back out.
Mm-hmm.
So if you send something dark at her, she would bounce it back to them. And
Mm-hmm.
She also has a scanning ability of the scanning the environment around her and keeping in touch energetically with those and feeling the people. She doesn't even understand, but that's what she does naturally.
Gotcha.
This
Listen,
light does have influence on her, but she would naturally, like right now that she's clean, she would bounce back any negativity, like shot towards her. Because that's just who she is. She's like a mini star of the big star. That's
mm-hmm.
how the souls are. They burn up everything that comes towards them and bounce it right back.
Oksana, the little boy, you said that he's not alive. The little boy who she had and she was protecting in the woods, is he's not my brother or her son in this lifetime, or my maybe my daughter.
No,
He's
no,
not.
I don't see it. I know that she's been in many lives with her husband. I see that a lot.
With
On
my
this,
dad.
with no, with her own husband.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They're just because those entities know each other. They're playing a
Uh,
game. They kind of like in between themselves. There was a contract that
mm-hmm.
they would use this to,
Okay.
and so in a way they call it like uh,
Soulmates.
yeah, type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so my brother, he didn't come from any of her past life.
No, your brother is more related to your daughter. Your brother, I see like a blue energy and made out of water type thing.
Okay. Really?
Like going in waves.
She's
It
just
must be from some water planet or something.
my daughter. It's so the older one is so connected to her. I can't even. I don't know what's going on. It's just when they with each other, they just understand each other. Maybe through experience. I don't know. But my daughter loves her so much, and she's not even here. Like in the same country. We don't understand the connection.
Well, the connection is strong because they have similar energy types. Your daughters are very like when you sad about them. I always felt like they're very strong, like like a trained soldier type thing, strong spirit.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel
So,
like
and that's what they feel about the grandma,
wow,
and that's what unites them. They're very like pro-life kind of souls.
wow.
No matter what, they will keep like positive.
Hmm. But I was going to ask you. So my brother, when he was born, spoke. He was talking different language when he came, and my mom always like we. It was adorable.
Hmm.
And then he became, start talking normal language on the Earth. But can you see like what planet he's from? Like what, no planet, whatever. What was he talking to? Yeah, what was he talking?
It's like no. What came to me, I saw him a water creature. It looks almost like a beluga whale, and then he's been an amphibian on that planet. The planet came like Nautilus, something like
Mm-hmm.
this. And it's water, but there are caves underwater, and there are some almost like a mountains made out of crystals that are located in the water, but they go up. So there's like upper levels
Wow.
where amphibians can live and bottom levels in the water. They can live there too. And it usually depends on there's something about it, the atmosphere of this planet that changes because they have some certain
Wow.
blue sun that sometimes goes away, that they migrate into water when it goes, and it goes away for a long time,
Jesus.
and then it goes up, and then he moves into this upper level of the building that is out of the water.
Oh,
type
that now
thing.
explains. He loves water, and none of us like water in my family. But now my daughter now loves. It's the same. So is she the same? Maybe the same or not? Just also different. My daughter, the one who really likes
The
water.
youngest one.
No, the older one, the pretty one, the one who she's. I mean, she's very connected with my mom, and she
Mm.
loves Vujek Tomek. Well, Vujek Tomek is the my brother.
No, I keep seeing your like youngest, cause it looks like she's walking on some sort of
Mm-hmm.
she's like a little boy with kind of like greenish skin, walking on some planet looking like Mars. Like the planet looks like Mars, like
Um,
clay with dust over it.
yeah, that's not good planet. Yeah,
And
yeah, she
almost like they
reminds.
captured her, and then they've been she like escaped from some lab or something, some place where they kept those kids captive
Oh
from
gosh.
some other
Uh,
planet, something like this. Like that's a young one. Like I really do see her like that.
yeah,
And
my young
oh,
one, my young one, it doesn't like. I don't feel like 100% girl, female in her, and it's kind of strange. She wants to be a girl. She is a girl, but I sense like a lot of like a boyish in her, and I don't understand. Is that's why? Because
well,
she.
because yeah, because I see her as a boy there, and that's how she got to Earth from there.
Oh wow.
And
Anybody talking to her head because she has a secret life here, and I don't. I it's hard for me to get there. Um, I she doesn't want to share with me anything since baby. She's been talking to somebody. I don't know who. Well, she says she
well,
doesn't.
she yeah, because she's connected to that planet where they keep it's like a huge experiment. They abduct kids
Oh my
from
god.
some green planet
Mm-hmm.
when they're walking freely. I see a gnat coming
Oh
and
wow.
getting them. And then they put them in some lab. They put some implants in them or something like this.
Oh
And
no.
even if you take the implants out, if you don't disconnect, it's like a big cord goes to this lab, which has to explain like praying mantis type creatures, but they're green, like grasshoppers more.
Mm-hmm.
They are kind of like in charge of this genetic something manipulation, and they take both girls and boys because this planet is there's
Yeah,
difference
I heard
in
about the
gender.
I heard about the project, Roxana. This is nightmare, and that was
So
like direct before their life.
yeah, that's what I feel. I feel like this threw her into like 19 more lives, like 20 lives in parallel going on together at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
there's just different scenarios they're exploring.
So this one probably we need to do session, right? On this one? Or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I need to go like into
Yeah.
energy sphere and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what she's projecting towards me. She knows that she's like in this kind of, and she gets abducted too. And
Mhm.
that's why she speaks to her like parents because she has a connection with them on that planet. She
Mhm.
speaks to the kids in that bunker type thing
Mhm.
too. So there's a lot of kids on Mars. I mean, you would not believe it. There's
Yes,
like
I.
bunkers and bunkers of them.
Yeah. Oh, I heard about that project. It's the scariest project. I was hoping no one, my relatives, will be have that type of history. It's horrible there. Okay, so yeah, I'll be happy to have like session about her. But Oksana, so when you look at my mom and my dad and the house we grew up, it was before swamp. There was literally swamp before, and they somehow they dry out, and it's beautiful now, place next to forest. But I was always blaming the house when I would visit, and I'm not looking always forward to visit family, but of course that's my place, and there's so much bad energy. But maybe this is because of my dad and my mom identity. But can you, like, scan the house or go above and see if there's anything um was influenced as well, like,
Wait,
you know
I see like there's like an old, like a century ago or something. It was seems just like a place where they would bury animals. Just weird, but it came to me
oh
like
no,
animals.
really?
Yeah,
Like many souls of animals?
yeah. And some
Oh,
of them are stuck in there. It's
and
just
I don't.
it's just the weirdest thing. It's just like the farming was going on, and
Uh-huh.
the animals that they would use, and they would not be want to use, like they wouldn't want to use them. There's something wrong with them, either genetic
Oh,
or something. They would
yeah.
get rid of them in that spot.
And can we share something to them so we can open some portals so they can leave?
Well, I'm set. Yeah, I sent them information
Oh, it's so sad.
to the. They're just going. Yeah, those are just the very young souls that basically first, second time on Earth to to adapt better. They
Uh-huh.
send them as animals, but
Oh,
they were trying to rebellion. That's why it was the intention of their soul. They wanted to lose the body, and they did lose the body. But some of them didn't know how to get out.
yeah. So since my mom is so scared, well, to exit here this earth because somebody will capture her, can she see clearly now how to exit this matrix, this earth, after this life? So she
Yeah,
doesn't have.
she just has to have the strong intention and the desire to escape. I mean, I've seen so many people who didn't even know how to do it or never heard.
Yeah.
But then after death, because they wanted so badly to get out of here, they would get out of here. You
Mm-hmm.
literally, with your intention, you expand your soul, you become big, like a big ball of light when you
Mm-hmm.
expand, and you come out of the body in highly vibrational state. You're not scared of death, you're not
Mm-hmm.
suffering or anything, and you just burn through the dome that is above earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you, and then
Really?
you go whenever you want. You just don't pay attention to anything, just because you have to kind of focus in your inner self, in your soul.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have the single focus, and they will try to distract you, all
Right.
these entities and
Yeah.
AI machines,
Lies. Yeah.
that's created that way for it. But
Mm-hmm.
if you focused on yourself, you just get out of here, then boom, you're out.
I don't want her, of course, exit anytime soon because we love Babja. We love my mom. It's just I just wish her healthier life so she can experience some you know f- entity free life. I feel bad. She, always somebody, always somebody. Do you like this is her biggest enemy was the neighbor who lived with us for 13 years. She was
Mm.
she got married to my dad's brother, and they're supposed to live with us for like months, a year, and they end up 13 years. They ruin our life, really. Um, do you know who she was? And who she? I mean, her name was Danica, and she really was a monster.
I
I
see
haven't.
like a bird creature,
Oh,
almost like would be a bat. There is a
yeah.
bat, humanoid with the bat wings standing behind her, but her face looks more like a null face.
Mm-hmm.
This particular woman's. But the reason why she was attacking your mom because she felt this light inside of her. I
Oh, I
told
know.
you she's like a mini sun. She
Yeah,
attracts the different entities of
yeah,
darkness because they want energy out of her,
yeah,
and they know she's high in energy, on
yeah,
energy.
yeah. I knew it. That's why I never understood why they're attacking my mom, who's just like a, for me, she's like an angelic, and uh, but that's why. I mean, I understand. Yeah. Poor mom, poor mom. So she's pretty much done as far as healing and going the right way to um to be free, Santa.
Yeah, she has to go in the energy of nature and relax. You know, I feel like she's kind of foreign to meditation in a way, but she she does know how to close her eyes and think about positive things, and she can do
Mm-hmm.
that by like sitting against a tree or something like this,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or reading a book or something similar to that, and just focus on the she's gonna, so basically what she did, she raised her vibration and she launched the healing energies throughout her body, and to fill up these empty spaces from where she
Mm-hmm.
took out the implants, to
Yeah,
fill them up with your own energy, and to she launched the process of regeneration of all her tissues in the body.
that's awesome.
And so she checked on her DNA. I only saw like 3% of change in DNA from that
Wow.
hairy creature, so it's not
Mm-hmm.
much at all. But
No.
because he's not oriented, he wasn't oriented on any genetic, you know,
Mm-hmm.
experiments or anything. He was just solely using her for energy,
I gotcha.
and
And
she returned everything to the original form in terms of DNA. And she's very powerful. She should know that. I mean, she should create
yeah,
like a habit of telling herself until she fully believes in it.
yeah.
Because energy is like fire, you know, she can burn
Mm-hmm.
through anything.
Oh, I know. We always talk like this. It's just she always acts sick, so we, well, maybe she is sick. We just know she's super strong, but we don't know why something happened to her physically.
Mm.
So we like excuses, or is she really sick? She's such a
No,
strong
it's
woman.
just the program. I see it came to me, it was a program from her childhood, from her mom,
Mm-hmm.
from the people around her. She was like absorbing all the stories, and she's empathic too. You know, she lives through those, and it's
Yeah.
recorded in her mind. So she
Mm-hmm.
feels if everybody around me is sick, I must be sick too. Type thing. Is like almost
Yeah.
like psychosomatic, you know.
She's gonna ask me about this the surgery or no surgery, but this is gonna physical probably gonna heal too. I mean, event, right?
Yeah, it's gonna take time. Yeah, from 6 to 8 weeks, slowly. But no, she would. I would not just. I feel like if she did a surgery, it would literally kill her.
Really? Wow. Yeah.
Because of this age, I feel like almost. I always say that the medical system, the
Oh yeah.
people up to 60, they don't want them to live,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't be a
Yeah.
good outcome anyway.
Yeah. No, I don't want her to, and she doesn't want. We don't believe doctors there. Yeah. Yeah. It's
But
it's.
overall, doctors are related. You know how I see it right now? It's like here's the AI, of doctors, right? There's octopus
Mm-hmm.
around them, all the tentacles are surrounding them, and they latch on to their patients to drain energy from them.
Yeah.
Especially if they go for surgery, then they would use them in astral for the experiments too.
I
And
believe.
then to that, there is a connected, like a mafia group. And it's
Yep.
not only people, it's entities above
Yeah.
people. And they would know that, oh, it's an old person. Well, maybe we can take something material out of her. If she goes for
Yeah.
surgery and if she dies or something like this. It's just
Yeah.
a very dirty business. It's like a chain of physical
Oksana, we
organizations.
like me and my mom. We really don't like doctors. A lot of people trust them. We don't. Is that why we don't trust doctors? We see like there are actually mafia and bad
Mm,
entities.
every doctor has an entity behind.
Yeah,
Basically, doctors' medical system is created, like I see it, by those prime mantis group who are very interested in genetic experiments on people. How
yeah,
do they get people to participate?
yeah,
It's usually through doctors and through agreement to
yeah.
some surgical
That,
procedures.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's. I believe that too. I believe you. Um, hey, it's good time. I mean, for me, it looks like you answer a lot of questions, Oksana. Pretty much everything about my mom. Even you touched my brother and my dad. Oh my goodness. So we can start finishing up. If you want to just kind of scan where how's my feeling and if you know how I am doing. I was kind of wondering again because I asked you last time. Why am I born with that family? Poor mom. But if I mean, if she's a son, small part of son looks like so. That's actually amazing to have mom like that.
Right.
It's just she used program me too. Just never volunteer, never do anything, and I'm such a strong person, and I do everything opposite when people tell me. So I never took her program really.
Yeah, there's a strange, weird thing. Like when you were talking about this, what I saw you first, I saw like a metallic rod from behind, sticking from behind your throat,
Mm-hmm.
and then I saw some creature. It's almost like the energy created, and it came to me by people who were around you on a trip or something. Like it came on a trip,
Mm-hmm.
and I see you away from home, and there were some difficulties or something. I don't know, just something that I feel. There's a lot of thought, and to these thoughts, there's some entities came, and because there was a healing part of your body, was a weak part. They put this into your throat on the back. You took it out and you
Mm-hmm.
disconnected from them, like you took like literally created big metallic scissors and just cut the energy
Mm-hmm. Good.
related to them. I don't know, I see some building, it's like a store or something, or some place where you ate. Can't understand. It was there that it was some sort of thoughts that attracted that particular entity. It looks so weird to me. The shape of a head looks like a heart,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a little body. When I touch it, it's it's got a beak to it, like a strange hybrid type, dark face on a
Mm-hmm.
human form body, like type thing was the tail. But they're all around us. It's just that they got a touch. It was on some either person who was selling you something or serving you some food, something like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you didn't like something and it got attached to that particular emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Okay.
took it out
So,
now.
Oksana, this is good because I always want to ask why my voice is such a change. This is not my voice. I don't like my voice.
Mm.
Is it part of also change my voice? Because I don't like my voice. This is not my voice. I was listening before my voice on recording, years ago, and it was different. I don't like this voice I have now. I don't know if it's, I was thinking maybe hormones. It's something blocking there.
No, it's just I feel like it's been unblocked. This rod, you took it out. But the thing is, like, it seems like your tissues there, the vocal cords have been damaged
Yeah.
by some implants that have been removed before, but the implants they used to move back and forth,
Oh
and because
wow.
of the movement, they kind of scratched up your vocal cords, which is gonna
Yes.
take time to
Heal.
heal, and you have to project your own light from your soul, from your
Mm-hmm.
essence, onto this body part, because it's like your weakest point of your
Yep.
body, of your energetic body. You know, if you get sick, that would probably be here.
Yeah.
That would be, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
attack you.
Yeah.
So you
And I
just
used to
kind of
work
like
on.
protect it with the, like put like a scarf of your own light around it and
Mm-hmm.
project the healing into it.
Okay, done it. I can see. Yeah, it's easy. I can do it. Oksana, any last messages or because that was a great session. Really, I answer a lot.
I
Uh,
see your mom, I see your dad still reading. He's trying to look behind, he's trying to understand about the entity standing behind him. He's got this,
mm-hmm.
looks like an ant face, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
your mom is clean.
Oh, that's
She's
good.
she's actually on her planet right now. So
Oh, good.
she's walking in between the grass. She's touching it like with her hands,
Mm-hmm.
like this, the flowers. But the flowers are not like here, they're huge, they're just gigantic. Most of them are even changing color. Like if she touches them, they change the color.
How
She
beautiful.
loves
Oh,
that. She misses that a lot.
yeah. Oh, so that's good. She can remember where she came from.
Mm.
That's that's why she creates all the flowers in our house and around, and it's just overwhelming. There's no room, and she has all those plants.
Well, because she also subconsciously knows they protect energetically.
Yeah.
Because the smell, whatever they produce around them, the aura of a flower, they create some sort of like shield around the
Mm-hmm.
house, and she
Well,
connects to
yeah.
it, so they kind of energize each other, protect each other. She knows how to see their auras. She just has to practice it. If she stares at them in this kind of meditational state, she would totally see around each flower a different color aura.
Wow. She always say that flowers and plants cannot hurt her. Everybody else can, but not the plants.
Yeah, and she knows how to talk to them. She
Yeah.
she like doesn't really maybe understand, but she does
Yeah.
telepathically connect and
Do we
talk.
like a do we need to build any like bubbles or protection or like I've seen people always do this during meditation. I don't know. Are we supposed to do, Oksana, like have something? I don't want to be a block of any energy, but are we supposed to do that or no? To build something like oval egg protection.
I only do it like when I come out of my room, let's say, because my husband is rather negative. And
Mm-hmm.
so I say to myself, like an intention, my energy protects me. For a second, close my eyes and put
Mm-hmm.
it's not like a bubble in my case. It's
Mm-hmm.
more like this, goes
Yeah.
all the way under my
Yeah.
feet. But then if you go into big groups of people or something, I mean, I just use my intention, and sometimes I project, like, let's say if I needed to take my child to a dentist, right, to, as her
Mm-hmm.
feeling fell out, I laid in bed before I project, because I know each doctor has an entity. I actually said to
Mm-hmm.
my daughter, like, we raise our vibration so no entity can touch it, because we're hot as fire. The high
Mm-hmm.
vibration means kind of like burning fire for them. And also, like, I created like a movie in my head. Like, we went She put a different feeling, new feeling in. We're done. Everything went well. We're back home. And that's
Mm-hmm.
how it usually goes. You project, you create your reality ahead of time. If you
Yeah.
know you're going to deal with difficult people, for instance, or some situation
Yes.
like that. And it
Okay.
works because we're all creators. We
Yeah.
can create.
I just start learning. I exactly. Listen. This reminds me. I have this doctor. He's really strange, and he's the only one who works on this one tooth forever, and it's still hurting. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's implant or physical implant like dentists do. Supposedly dentists, I just learned, put implants in people, like physical implants, and they can hear and see. I don't. I mean, gosh, can
Like
you
the
see?
bottom tooth.
No, no, it's actually the top. Do you see something on the bottom?
Like I just see that the bottom tooth has the energetic cord like a yellow bright going to the dentist.
Uh-huh. But you
But
don't see anything like my top right or
now I see that the you had something before was they related to the nerves, the energy there that they would
mm-hmm,
keep collecting in the roots of your teeth, like something you would want to tell somebody or even to him, but you
mm-hmm,
would feel like you would sound inappropriate if you did,
mm-hmm,
or people normally would not say that, or some things you would like to be vocal about. But because you subconsciously know you cannot put this energy into your throat because
mm-hmm,
it's a weak spot, you would try to put it like in your teeth area.
mm-hmm.
But this dentist, I mean, he's connected to you. And I don't know, I would probably try to maybe. I mean, there's like a little gray standing next to him.
Right.
And it seems like he wants people to come back for a reason. So he pokes around because I feel like some nerves have energetic imprint of him in his
Right.
patients, and they
Mm-hmm,
might get inflamed because of that energy. It's not actually the tooth that is hurting, but the ligament
mm-hmm.
or the nerve that is related to the tooth.
That's not good. Gotcha. That's yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, and
I
for
know how.
him, it's just money, he'll work on
Yeah.
it forever.
Yeah.
So, I
No,
mean,
you
it's
just.
just crazy. Like you said, the word dentist, I just see like the sex of money with money signs.
Yeah.
That's how we are for them. It's
Yeah.
nothing
I
personal,
know.
only business.
Yeah, I
It's
know. That's
crazy.
how I feel. They're not here to help us. They're here to collect money plus do some experiments. Yeah, how much how much they experience on us. Oksana, what was? Can you see the? If remember you? Well, you don't remember, but the house on you say on left side, which I don't know which one, but has some portal, and you don't know what gangstaki is. I do know, and I just want to make sure none of my neighbors influence or anything influence this house. Last my session, I think we closed it up or we didn't allow it. But um, is everything okay
Yeah,
as far as?
but you have there's like I see like some sort of mirror you have like a big one something,
Yeah.
and that's I see like disincarnated coming in and out of it.
Okay. Yeah, I was worried about that.
They walk around, but where you walk right now, where you sit, like in that room, they cannot walk into this room unless there's some frustration going on in the
Okay.
house that they would kind of like unblocks this portal. And then basically it's important to be in high vibration, kind of like you can pretend, you just like imagine that
Mhm.
you stand with intention the waves of your own vibration and cleanse the house.
Mhm.
If you feel uncomfortable,
Uh
we
huh.
always intuitively feel like, oh, somebody's walking around or somebody's standing behind me. That's what
Uh-huh.
you have to do. You have to say, I'm expanding my energy sphere, my essence, my
Oh,
soul.
I could
And
do that.
from that comes the rays. And the rays clean all the space around me where I am.
Yeah.
And you can also talk to them. Sometimes I close my eyes and I say, you cannot walk into my energy sphere or the space
Hmm.
I am because this is my space.
Yeah.
You don't have the right to do it. And a
Yeah.
lot of times they will just walk away.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're just lost themselves. They don't know what they're doing yet. They're stuck on this earth.
Yeah.
You can show them how to open the portal and leave and
I yeah,
according to
no,
their
I
vibration.
this one I know, Exxon. I just want to make sure that no one is doing from my neighbors mind control,
Mm,
like a like energetic human made, well, energetic weapon to kind of like send through the walls, or any type of weapons energetic to lower us when we're sleeping, or
mm.
mostly when we're
Well,
sleeping.
when you go to sleep, you just kind of definitely put like a blanket of energy over you. Like when
Mm.
you put a blanket over, I always say kids, like put a blanket over your head. It's like your own energy you create around you so nobody can touch you in your
Mm-hmm.
sleep.
Okay, we'll do. Okay, so this is amazing. Just try it. So I'm very happy. Thank you so much, Oxen. Try to now,
Mm,
just you try to disconnect from that all experience you just saw,
mm,
and
yeah,
just go back to your beautiful vibration.
I
And
disconnected. Your mother's running like a little girl through the flowers. She's like a little girl inside, though.
that's good.
That's what
Yeah,
keeps her young.
yeah.
She doesn't see herself old.
Okay, go ahead. The records I can see. Then the records I can see you.
Okay,
Um,
I'm turning off the recording then.